Hello, good evening and welcome to our news edition of the English news. Tonight as the top stories are the holding of a conference on Djibouti-Ethiopia Railroad. Afghan authorities deny Sangin has fallen to Taliban.
Welcome to our newsroom and thanks for joining us. A national conference on the railway between the Republic of Djibouti and the Federal Republic of Ethiopia has been held this morning at the University of Djibouti. The Minister of Transport Musa Ahmed Hassan, the Minister of Higher Education and Research Dr. Nabil Mohammed, the University President, the Railways Director, the President of the Port Authority in Free Zones Abu Bakr Omar Haddi, the Ethiopian Ambassador as well as Djiboutian researchers from the University of Djibouti showed their presence to this conference. The first train from Djibouti to Ethiopia started in December the 2030th, 1902. This conference day was highlighting the genesis and commemoration of the railway activity between the Republic of Djibouti and Ethiopia. A tracking back in the page of history, refreshing minds how the trains saw the light, bearing in mind the Republic of Djibouti and Ethiopia are beginning a new chapter of their bilateral relation with the new railway train which will be launched in the coming months. The first train carrying goods linking Djibouti to Diri Dawa, the ceremony has come to an end with a fruitful debate nourished by the students from different departments. The University President and the Railways Director have stressed the importance of this railway train that ties the Republic of Djibouti to Ethiopia, but also its history deeply rooted and integral to its bilateral relations.
In his intervention, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed, has congratulated those who have contributed to this work and the collaboration between the Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Research, the University of Djibouti, the Railway Department for their collaboration in many fields. Sustaining this railway project, it is the main reason why we have sent students to China and Ethiopia. The company has congratulated us for the facility and the student, he said. The title of this conference reminds us how close the Republic of Djibouti and Ethiopia are by this railway, which embodies a cordiality and understanding between the two populations.
The Minister of Equipment and Transport Musa Ahmed has also made a speech in which he highlighted the importance of this historical aspect of this train. As we also open a new page in the history of our two countries, he said, "This should be spread to the university audience." And that is why I'm paying tribute to the Railway Department and the University of Djibouti for the initiative of this conference. Its perspective, economic and its socio-cultural tasks who are inherent, he added. This day is a flashback to the history because the inception of the first railway train has seen the light on December the 23rd in 1902. We must turn ourselves to the future as we are beginning the next chapter of this railway, which will be a bright and a promising future, he insisted.
Concerning now the events that have occurred on Monday at the Bulduko, the opposition party Union for Democracy and Justice has published today a press release saying that in the day December 21 for the first in Djibouti, an event took place in Djibouti at the coming of Belbela in Bulduko areas. The UDG present its condolences to the victims and their families and wishes a speedy recovery to the injured ones. The party's family denounced the violences which go against the principle of the Republic. We call on our fellow citizens to keep their calm and interests of national unity. The dialogue remains the only and unique way to resolve any political or social problem. The Republic of Djibouti is one nation, signed by the acting president of the UDG, Ms. Ilaya Ismail Gedi.
And now, after the regions of the South, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Dr. Jama Al-Mawki, continues his tour in the regions of Tujara in order to take part at the meeting of the regions teachers. The minister has been welcomed upon his arrival by the prefect and the president of the regional council. After visiting the Sultan, the minister went to the place of the reception where the teachers are gathered to have a lunch. A particular honor has been reserved for the minister during this lunch because he was elected as a member of the Fikma of Tijara by the Sultan and the head of the Fikma, and distinctive sign of great value for his achievements in the education department. During this lunch, the teachers of the region have thanked the government and in particular the minister for all the efforts and achievements made for the teachers since his appointment to the head of this department.
In a word pronounced during to this land, the Minister of Education, Dr. Dama Ilmi has assured with the teacher the effort of the government headed by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele, in order to improve the condition of the teacher. He has also promised that projects are underway to further improve the life of the teacher, in particular the facilitation of access to housing, in order to even more motivate the teacher to further enhance the quality of teaching in the schools. He has also urged the teachers to the region of Tajora to invest more in order that the schools can respond to the expectation of a quality education expect for the formation of a coming generation, which is a great aspect for the future and of the country, he concluded.
Still in Tijara, after having taken part in the lunch next to the teachers of the region, the minister went to the school of Sultan Habib to proceed with the distribution of food to the education personnel. These food donations were composed of bags of rice, sugars, oils, dates, and cans of oils. It has been distributed to the guards, women of households, among others. This distribution is part of a series of solidarity action that the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Dr. Jama Al-Mawki, intends to provide to the staff of MENFAB in order to relieve them from the purchases of the first necessity products. This event has gathered the prefect of Tijara, the president of the regional council, and the senior personalities.
The evening of Mawlid Nabi in the town of Arta has been very lively, with many personalities gathering to celebrate this memorable date. It has seen the participation of the prefect of the region, Mr. Abdullahi Darar Uki, the national member of Mr. Umar Rabiri Mole, the president of the regional council, Mr. Umar Jama Adawa, and Mr. Jama Dabar Humfane, member of the executive committee of RPP party. Evening of a celebration were also held in the communities of the region and in the proximities of the Merduk and Wa'a.
Under the auspices of the Secretary of State for Youth and Sports, the Djiboutian Federation of Basketball has organized the opening of internship for arbitration from December 24 to January 2, 2016 within the gymnast of State High School, also known as Lycée d'État. This meeting has brought together Muhammad Jilani Douali, President of the Federation, and Abshir Ali, Head of Sports Service, as well as other involved personalities. 30 trainees have participated in this meeting. The opening of a training week will enable the participants to learn the rules of basketball arbitration and its intervention techniques and mechanics. Let's recall that the Djiboutian Federation of Basketball has already provided training of arbitration. The expert from the FIBB explained that the Federation of Djibouti has worked tirelessly to improve the basketball games and the arbitration. On its part, the president of the FDBB has clarified that a technician will be well trained and will be able to cope with the rapid evolution of basketball.
The Technical National Center of the Football Djiboutian Federation has housed yesterday afternoon in its conference room the work of the Third Ordinary General Assembly. The Third Ordinary General Assembly of FDF has chaired by the President of the Federation, Mr. Suleiman Hassan Waberi, and in the presence of the Vice President and the Chairperson of the Female Football Commission, as well as of the President of various clubs. After reading the activities of 2014 and 2015 season in the presence of a judicial official, Mr. Mahmoud Bile, and the representative of a different club, the Federation has reviewed and approved the annual account for the exercise of 2014 and 2016. The president of various clubs affiliated to the FDF have debated on several points, including changes to the interior regulations.
The Chargé of Libyan Affairs in Djibouti, Mr. Khalid Mohammed Al-Sayah, has made a statement on national television for the occasion of the 64th celebration of Libya independence. Mr. Khalid has added that the jihad of the fathers and grandfathers has been successful against the Italian colonization with the birth of Libya as a Muslim Arab country independent under the name of the Kingdom of the Libyan Nations in December 24, 1951, which has led to the laying of the first stone for the construction of the modern Libya, which seeks to rebuild the person in the foundation of a state of law which respects the right and duty. In this day, he has indicated, we remember our heroes and martyrs who have sacrificed their lives for their country. We implore the Almighty to welcome them in His paradise. We also hope that this year, as a year of peace for the country and the world, he has closed his statement.
Search warranties. A 13-year-old boy born in October 29, 2002 has been missing since yesterday morning. His name is Shaban Mahmoud Waberi and goes to the Ambuli Middle Schools at the 5th grade 13. In case you see this boy, please contact us as soon as possible. The following number, which is 77 70 29 72 or 77 11 07 87, or you can admit him to the gendarmerie in front of the university.
And now Gasira on the internationals. A court in Thailand has convicted two Burmese nationals of murdering two British backpackers in September 2014. The hearing in Koh Samui convicted Zhao Lin and Wai Phu on killing Hannah Wildridge and David Miller. The men have been sentenced to death. Police extracted confessions from bar workers Zhao Lin and Wai Phu, both now 22, who were then paraded on Sarai Beach to reenact the murders in front of the media, a common practice in Thai investigations that is condemned as suggesting the suspect's criminality.
But now in Hidayah, in Afghanistan, fighting continues across Afghanistan's Helmand province as Taliban forces overrun the town of Sangin, but officials denied that police and government buildings in the district center have fallen to the insurgents. Taliban forces first entered Sangin on Sunday, the town in an important poppy growing areas, and sits on lucrative transport routes for the drugs and weapons, as well as providing revenue. Gaining control of the town will allow the insurgents to block important army supply and access routes. Helmand province borders Pakistan and has long been a center of the Taliban insurgency. International forces struggled for years to control the region, and many of the British troops who died in Afghanistan were killed in Helmand. This is it for tonight's news. Thank you for watching and have a great evening.